What's going on, everyone? So we're going to be replacing the tubing on the Rally, the exhaust tubing. So I've crushed it a little bit. In one section it's like half crushed, so we're going to fix that shit, maybe get some more power out of it. I don't know, but all I do know is that that right there is probably not good for flowing exhaust. But yeah, I crushed it here, I crushed it up top of here, and then I also put a nice dent in it right here, which you can barely see. I think I have like a dent right there too. Anyhow, we're going to be replacing it from the header, coming right out of the engine, all the way back down to right here. We're going to cut it right there. Because from here up, well, this piece is what we're replacing it with, and from here up doesn't matter, that's just exhaust. So. Alright, so for the bends for this project, I cut out some pies, quite a bit of them. But to get a pie cut, so you guys can understand, you take a piece of tubing, this is 1.5 inches, this is what the exhaust tubing is going to be. You cut this in half mentally, and then you take the top half, or whatever half is, and you flatten it out. And when you flatten it out, what you're left with is 2.5 inches flattened out, okay? So then I went and I took this piece, which is 1.25 inches by 1/4. Take that, cut it out, you got a little triangle. You wrap this around your tubing. It goes halfway, as you can see, kind of. Wraps around, mark it out with your Sharpie, you cut it. What you're left with 1.25 inches are these two guys right here. Now, in my opinion, coming in this way, air flowing through here and coming out here, this was too sharp of a bend. I didn't like that. So we went back to this guy and we cut out 1 inch by 1/4. Which left me with this guy right here. Same deal. Wrap this guy around your tubing, mark it out, and you're left with these two right here. These two are 1 inch by 1/4, and these two are, let's see here. These two are going to be 1.25 inches by 1/4, inch by 1/4. So it's just a little bit less of a bend, better for flowing tubing, also easier to make with. These aren't trash, but I just probably won't need them. And then, so this is gonna be for all the bends, and then this right here, just straight tubing, will be for all the straight stuff. Tech tip, you take your Sharpie and wrap it in like highlighter or some kind of neon duct tape, you will never lose the guy. I have never fully used the Sharpie until this one. He's still going, it's been a few months, haven't lost him yet, thanks to the highlighter. So here's what we got. This right here is the little bung that goes inside of that right there. So this guy sits in this little pocket like such, right? And this sucker had not one, but 2 pieces of tubing coming through it, right? So it sits in like this, air goes through here. Fortunately, the clamp that goes over this and holds, it locks this piece into the motor, fits perfectly over 1.5 inches, like a condom. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this guy, we're gonna hole saw this out, so that way it is 1.5 inches, and then slide 1.5 inches into here, boop, weld it on the inside, and then smooth that all out, and then put this guy over that. This guy will pop out like that, and what you'll be left with is the piece that is needed to clamp the exhaust into the motor, and then you'll have 1.5 inches the whole way out. So you'll have 1.5 inches from the source. So there she is, piece of 1.5 inch tubing, shoved up flush. I'm gonna weld that ring and then grind it smooth. Got her all welded up. Look at those sexy ass times. Anyway, I found the original piece. Uh-oh. I found the, okay, so check it out. That was what came out of here originally. So that came off of the back, off of the front of the bike. Now it's going to be that. Not to mention that this fucker is literally crushed in half. So this puppy is all done, welded, sanded, smooth as can be. And now I can line up my 1.5-inch pie cuts that I made, that I had cut, and they fit mint. Straight out the engine, straight to 1.5 inches. So now the time lapse will continue with that guy. So she is back together. All welded up, all the way down. Got the panels back on, fully welded. So I think it's like 11:30 at night, but you just can't not hear it. So sounds the exact same. Sounds the exact same to me, but at least the crack in the pipe, or not the crack, the dent in the pipe is gone. And she's looking real sexy. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's kind of it. More of like a vlog style than like an actual ride. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's gonna give me more power. Maybe it's not. Maybe it did all that work for nothing. But at least there's no crack, no dent. Looks clean. And I'm fucking tired, so I'm gonna go to bed.